Alright, welcome back everyone. So here you're looking at the 1/10 scale Rlaarlo rally car that looks like either a Ford Fiesta or Ford Focus. Probably the Fiesta, I'm not sure. It's not officially licensed, but you do get a hint that it's a Ford. Such cool detail. Look at those headlight buckets with functional headlights, high and low beam, turn signal. I did not put all of the stickers on there. In fact, if you have one or plan on getting one, it does not say Wild Thing. It actually says Wild Things with an S on the end of it. I cut the S off to make it more of a personalized name, I guess, for the car. There's only a couple of downsides that I see to this thing so far, and that's the number 45, and I'll get to that in a minute here. I wish they wouldn't have put a number 45 on there. Maybe there's some sort of hidden value or meaning behind that, but they do give you 3 different sticker sheets to kind of decorate it how you want. The LED taillights are just absolutely phenomenal, like you would find on a real car. Red, translucent, Lexan or plastic of some sort. Just absolutely gorgeous. Very detailed. The exhaust here has an LED light in it as well. When you let off the throttle at a certain point, it's supposed to mimic backfiring. We got a lot of suspension travel. And yeah, I got the body kind of loose at this moment in time. There we go. But a lot of suspension travel. And that's good. It's a dedicated rally car, not a touring car with a rally car body on it. Right, solid ABS rear wing. Hood scoop is in hard plastics. That way it can help eliminate some scratches. We got some fake hood vents right here that also help protect the body. Got a rear diffuser. I don't know how well that's discernible on camera. Maybe that's better. In what looks like a fake, yeah, that's a fake carbon fiber there. And speaking of carbon fiber, yesterday I made a video stating that I ordered a carbon edition, and I was truly expecting a carbon fiber plate chassis, not a carbon fiber chassis brace. So not only did I fail on reading the fine print, but I think it's a little bit misleading as to what it's representing. I'm sure that I'm not going to be the only one with this issue. Or let me bring in this other car right here. This here's a touring car, 2-wheel drive, that is an actual carbon fiber plate chassis. Right, so that the confusion is, I don't know if it's intentional or just lack of interpretation, description in words changing from Chinese to English or Mandarin to English, I don't know. But both versions get the aluminum chassis. There are some slight differences when you order the carbon version. If you did not read the response from Rlaarlo was excellent on pointing out my concern when I got my car, that there are several differences, such as the size of the motor, the size of the ESC, etc., etc. I knew all those things, but for some reason when I was reading carbon, I was picturing a carbon chassis like that. That's what I was picturing. So let me open up the top right here and let's see what's underneath. And these are simply opened up with a quarter turn here and a quarter turn here, and these little triangular looking bits or letter A looking bits, and then it's a push right there to lift the body up. And then if you want to unscrew it totally, well, then you're going to have to fiddle with a couple of screws there on the inside of the body. You'll see here in a second. So this is basically what it looks like opened up. And Rlaarlo did send me a couple of steering knuckles with some with a fake disc brake kit, right? And they did send me that for the front to go on here. It'd be nice to have one on the rear as well, but it is what it is. I might install that later on after I run it just as it is. I'm not feeling any slop when I'm pushing back and forth this direction. In this direction here, I'm not feeling anything. It's very, very minor. It's one of the best I've ever felt in a long time. Just absolutely really good. The tires feel nice and firm, but kind of sticky at the same time. There's definitely a foam insert in there. The X260 plug, your ESC, your motor gets a heat sink and a cooling fan, which is a very nice touch, and your receiver. Everything just looks really heavy duty. You got adjustable toe. Man, look at that thing. It just looks so heavy duty. It looks like it's meant to take a beating. You got adjustable shock mounts up front and below on all four corners. You got 4 positions down there, and then I think it's an oval cut on the top so you can slide these in and out. Aluminum shock tower braces. It did ship with a 3S battery. Right, 35C sustained, it says 3 Stel. The downside to this is it's not a full-size pack. So there it is next to a common full-size pack that you might put in your Tamiya or any other vehicle. So it's quite a bit shorter and quite a bit narrower as well. That's the downside, right? But that is a 3S. So this will be the first vehicle I've bought or purchased with a factory 3S in it. And most of the time I run 2S in all of my vehicles. I really don't see the need in running 3S, 4S, 8S. The time you're getting 8S, you might as well buy gas powered, in my opinion, and then the money you save, just go ahead and get an extra 110 scale vehicle. Nice aluminum shocks with adjustable dampeners. This is an aluminum bodied shock as well. Everything just feels so solid. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing. It feels really nice. Here in Texas, where the weather's really warm for the most part, I think this is going to be really good. What a nice vehicle. And the other side that looks like a complete positive, in my opinion, is unlike Traxxas, where they throw a body on a 110 scale short course truck, this actually looks scale, right? It's a scale looking body to fit the wheelbase. It doesn't look out of proportion at all from any angle. It looks really accurate. That's what it looks like, all closed up. We've got a nice amount of suspension clearance, front and rear. So let me go ahead and compare it to something that you all would probably know, or at least know of. And here is the Tamiya 1/10 scale. This is actually technically a touring car, although they label it a rally car. It's obviously seen its share of abuse by missing paint, and where I've repainted it on the inside. It too has headlight buckets, but this is going to be more expensive to get it to a running condition similar to this. For example, I paid for a brushless motor, brushless ESC, my own radio and transmitter, and battery pack, and so that stuff adds up really quickly. It's better to go ahead and get the RTR. And this is, again, this is more like for road racing. This is not for off-road racing, although I did drive it off-road and it absolutely sucks ass. It looks really cool, but there's not too much difference in overall size. I'll line up the wheels just a little bit. We can compare the wheels, and let's get them in a different view. So with the head-on view, you can see that the Toyota Yaris rally car body is just a little bit smaller, but not too much different. The wheelbase looks to be exactly the same as far as I can tell. And just to be fair, let's compare it to my homemade rally car. Again, the wheelbase, I think is going to be fairly similar. Line up the rear tires the best if I can. The wheelbase is actually a little bit smaller. Well, I didn't quite get it lined up on the rear. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, I'd say the wheelbase is pretty close to the same. The body might be just a little bit bigger than a 1/10 scale. Either that or these other ones are a little bit smaller. This is my homemade rally car, custom chassis, everything totally smooth on the bottom for the most part. Let's compare it against one other vehicle just to make sure. So this is a TT01, but this is highly modified vehicle that I made. Again, custom chassis. That is actually a 1/14 scale buggy that I cut in half and extended. It was the closest one that matched the track width of the vehicle. This is the rally car that Tamiya should have made. It's probably as close as you're gonna get to that, and they're going to be about the same price point, but this one's going to obviously require more work just to get to this point, because you're actually buying two vehicles, the 1/14 scale WL toys, cut it in half and extend it, your own time and labor, joining everything back together to fit this wheelbase. But again, it looks like it's, for the most part, fairly accurate. Let me turn them upside down just see if there's any difference at all. Alright, so the wheelbase is just a little bit longer on the Rlaarlo than it is on the Tamiya TT01 heavily modified. You can see where I cut it in half and sectioned it back together, right? But this is my idea of an off-road rally car that they just simply don't make for whatever reason. I don't know why. Tamiya's been around for a long time, but they don't do it. But it's very nice to see a company make a dedicated rally car, and they just didn't throw a body on their short course truck like Traxxas did. Congratulations, Rlaarlo. This is a really nice looking vehicle. Try and take it out driving this weekend when the schoolyard closes. They got a baseball diamond and they got a gravelly road over there, so we'll stay tuned for that. Have a good day.